There has got to be something down here I could use. Ow! Hey there. You guys are sneaky. My name's Tyson. You know, my friends like to call me Ty. You guys are very, very sneaky. But you could not have come at a better time. I could really use some help. See, my friends and I are doing a scavenger hunt. Do you know what a scavenger hunt is? Because I had never heard of a scavenger hunt, but it is super, super cool. See, I've got this list here, and I'm supposed to find as many things on the list as I can. And the person who finds the most stuff by the end of the month wins. You know, stuff like a VHS tape. I don't even know what that is. A rotary phone. Wow. A dot matrix printer. In other words, old people stuff. So I was like, how am I supposed to even find any of this? I don't even know what most of it is. And then, boom, it hit me. If anyone's gonna have old people stuff, it's gonna be Grandpa. You know, he's a real live old person. That's why I'm down here in the basement. You know, but there's not much old stuff down here. You know, here's a box, you know. Grandpa's old stuff. You know, maybe boxes is on the list. I don't know. Let's check. Boxes. The box. There are no boxes. No boxes on the list. Man, I could really use some wisdom right now. You know what? Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. You know, trust me, if I could find out, I would do it. But I'm stumped. You know, I know. Maybe today's story will help me. Today we're learning about Jesus when he was a kid and how his mom and dad lost him one day. Turns out they were searching in all the wrong places. You know, I know how they feel. There's literally nothing down here. There's nothing down here.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 41 to 52.
When Jesus was a boy, his family traveled to Jerusalem every year to celebrate the Passover feast in Egypt. The year he turned 12, he made the long journey with his parents, Mary and Joseph, and some other families from Nazareth. He could have hung out with friends on the road.
Mom, I'm gonna help Eli lead the donkeys. All right, son. Find us when we set up camp.
Lentil stew for dinner.
Oh, I'll gather sticks and start the fire then.
Don't try to swim in the Jordan. You'll get your new tunic muddy.
The journey took nearly a week, and as they got nearer Jerusalem, the crowd started getting larger. At last, the walls of the city came into sight. Vendors lined the way, selling animals. Beggars held out their hands, hoping for spare coins. Jesus and his family joined the living river of people streaming through the gates.
I'm going to explore. You remember where your cousins live, right?
We're staying with them again.
I can find it.
All week, the families celebrated with relatives. Together, they enjoyed the Passover feast.
You, O Lord our God, have given us festival days for joy in remembrance of the departure from Egypt. Blessed are you, O Lord our God.
When the feast was over, Mary and Joseph packed and began the long trip home along the crowded roads. At the end of the day, they stopped and set up camp.
Where's Jesus? I need him to gather sticks for the fire.
I thought he was with Eli's family. Eli! Is Jesus feeding the donkeys?
I haven't seen him all day.
He left the house with us this morning.
I haven't seen him since.
Me neither. It's almost as if...
He's been left behind!
Without pausing to rest or eat, Mary and Joseph turned and raced back along the dusty road toward Jerusalem. They rushed into the city again.
Where did he explore this week?
The theater?
The marketplace, that's it.
Fish sticks! Get your fish sticks here! Fresh sardines on a twig!
Have you seen a young boy?
Hair sticks up in the back.
Gray tunic, muddy at the hem.
About so high?
Yes.
I've seen at least 20 of them today.
For several frantic days, Mary and Joseph searched the city, barely eating or sleeping. At last, they found themselves at the gates of the one place they hadn't yet looked.
The temple?
He's gone, Joseph. Something terrible has happened to him.
We'll take one more look inside.
As they circled the courtyard, Mary froze.
Joseph, there!
Just ahead, they could see their son. Jesus was sitting with a group of teachers, and those older men were actually listening to him.
Teacher, isn't it always right to be kind, even if it means giving money to a beggar on the Sabbath?
The teachers nodded in agreement and amazement, but Mary and Joseph rushed forward.
Jesus.
Son! Oh, why have you treated us like this?
Grabbing her son, Mary hugged Jesus so hard she nearly squeezed the air out of him.
Your father and I have been worried about you. We have been looking for you everywhere.
Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know I had to be in my father's house?
All I know is no more stunts, okay?
So Jesus returned to Nazareth with his parents and obeyed everything that was asked of him. As he grew, he became wiser and stronger. He also became more and more pleasing to God and to others.
Jesus got separated from his parents. Have you ever heard anything so crazy? I mean, that's something that might happen to me. Except, honestly, they'd probably have found me at the movies or a video game store at that age. But that's the cool thing about Jesus. He did things and said things like no one else, things you wouldn't expect. So they found him at the temple picking up wisdom left and right, and he was like, "Didn't you know I'd be at my Father's house?" Even at 12, Jesus totally knew who his Father was, God. So I'm thinking if the Son of God goes looking for wisdom, maybe that's what I should be doing. I mean, because I want to be wise, don't you? I mean, that means you don't just sit around and wait for wisdom to come to you. You search for it. Like maybe you can look in the Bible for wisdom, or you can find a person older than you to talk to. Or sometimes praying to God can help too. Or maybe instead of just looking at the boxes, I look inside the boxes. Oh, whoa. Whoa! Look at all this old stuff. Oh, there's going to be something on my list in here for sure. Okay, so the one thing I learned today is if you want to be wise, search for wisdom. I mean, it's what Jesus did, and he was super wise, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Oh, yes. Found it. Ha ha! I think this is on my list. Yep. Number 27, magnifying glass. Now I can really start searching. All right, well, I'll see you next time. I am going to find everything that I know. Oh, yes! I don't even know what that says. Oh, hey, what's going on? I'm Tyson, Ty for short, and this is Grandpa's Basement. And yes, I do have a good reason to be here. I'm on a scavenger hunt, and if you don't know what that is, you know what? We can look it up in the dictionary, because I found an old dictionary right here. Scavenger, one who scavenges. So there you go. Anyway, I got this list here, and I'm trying to find all this stuff by the end of the month so I can win the hunt. You know, I have found a gajillion things in this basement. I mean, this place is a gold mine. Like, I found this magnifying glass, you know. I also found, oh, there it is. I also found this answering machine that's, I think it connects to a landline or, I don't know. I also found this old lunchbox, which I'm totally gonna use after the scavenger hunt is done. I found this monkey, claps his hands and cymbals together. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, got a Polaroid camera. Huh? Hear that sound? Oh, and one of the coolest things I found down here was this automatic card shuffler. You know, and I don't know how it works exactly, but you know, I'm just dying to try this out. Oh, words. Caution, read instructions before operating. I know I had the instructions somewhere, but I don't know where they are anymore, and I really, really don't want to wait. So, all right, let's grab some cards. And I think they go in like that, and oh, that doesn't sound right. Oh boy, oh man. Well, I don't think I used wisdom. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. I definitely should have read the instructions before operating. Hey, that's what today's story's about. I mean, it's not about card shuffling or reading instructions exactly, but it's about, ow. I'm just gonna put this thing away for now.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Proverbs. Chapter 22, verse 3.
Most of Proverbs was written by King Solomon, a man who asked God for wisdom rather than power or riches. In chapter 22, he shares an important truth from God about how to make wise choices. Let's see how that might play out in someone's life today. Ada Rogers was beyond excited when she discovered a DeLorean for sale a week before college was slated to start.
Only $1,000.
Ada's roommate and best friend Ling was skeptical.
We need to get back to school, not time travel to 1985.
We'll show up on campus in style.
It's 600 miles. You should at least have a mechanic check out the car.
It runs, doesn't it? And the horn works. That's all that matters.
The next week, Ada and Ling set off on their back-to-school road trip. The small car was tightly packed with everything the girls would need for the year.
Why do the doors have to open up? Everything falls out.
The girls were several hours down the road when Ada realized she was hungry.
I could eat an entire Burrito Bell Queso Burrito taco bowl.
We're in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out here.
Gas station! They gotta have something.
In the tiny convenience store, Ada and Ling surveyed their food options. One roller grill with rubbery, bright red hot dogs.
Those look like they've been there since Tuesday, collecting diesel fumes and burnt coffee smell.
Better not to know.
Even if it makes you sick?
But Ada had already grabbed the hot dog and was paying for it. Ling surveyed the store's kitschy stash of knickknacks and plaques.
Whistle while you work and drive everyone else nuts.
Ada pointed out another plaque.
Ooh, I know this one. It's from Proverbs in the Bible.
Wise people see danger and go to a safe place, but childish people keep going and suffer for it.
I looked that up for my little sister when she wanted to get a pet snake. I mean, she didn't take 1 second to think what could happen if a snake got loose in the house.
Ada took a mammoth bite out of her hot dog and chewed fast.
You want some?
I can't watch.
It's not bad. It's actually, I don't feel so good.
The next few hours, the girls had to make extra stops to buy Ada Tums and let her stomach settle. But by the afternoon, she was feeling okay again.
Just look at how blue the sky is. We should take this back way.
Wait, isn't that a construction sign?
But Ada had already whipped the wheel around and turned onto a narrow, steep 2-lane road.
You sure the car can handle this?
It's a DeLorean. It could take us all the way to 1955.
I'll settle for Vermont.
Hey, what's that?
Looks like they're working on the bridge. We'll have to turn around.
I hate backtracking.
It's just 20 minutes back to the highway.
Ooh, look, I bet that goes around the bridge.
Ada pointed to the gravel lane that veered off down the hillside.
Oh, there's even a sign for a place to swim.
But those ruts, what if we get stuck?
Aw, hang on to your britches, kids.
The car tore down a rough gravel lane, careening over bumps and roots. They narrowly dodged a huge pothole.
Slow down!
The DeLorean flew around a rugged curve, catching air when...
Tree!
A fallen tree with huge branches lay directly across the road.
The steering wheel's jammed.
The DeLorean plowed into the branches, nosing up right underneath the massive tree trunk before finally stopping. For a long time, the girls just stared at each other.
You okay?
Yeah, you?
I think so.
Ada gingerly shifted the car into reverse and tapped the accelerator.
I think we're stuck.
No cell coverage either. We'll have to hike back out to the main road.
Carefully, the girls pried open the doors and crawled through the leaves and branches. When they finally made their way out, the car was almost hidden in the midst of the thicket. Ada sighed as a word she had read early that morning flew back to haunt her.
Wise people see danger and go to a safe place, but childish people keep going and suffer for it. And make their friends suffer for it too. I'm really sorry, Ling. How can I make it up to you?
Well, you could crawl back in there and find my hiking shoes, for starters.
Okay. And next time, I'll look before I leap.
Or before you buy a DeLorean.
Slowly, the girls trudged up the gravel road, searching for a cell phone signal. Ada had discovered God's truth in a hard way. It's always wise to pay attention and think things through first anytime you face a big decision.
Ooh, this is on my list, a pocket watch. Man, I could have used this earlier. Sometimes I don't think before I do things. I mean, with this pocket watch, I can remind myself to take a little pause, maybe 10 seconds. And the next time I want to use an automatic card shuffler before I read the instructions, I can stop. 1, 2, and think. What could go wrong if I don't read the instructions? What kind of trouble could I get in? And wouldn't it be better to do the right thing? 9, 10. Oh, the Bible says, here. All right. The Bible says, wise people see danger and go to a safe place, but childish people keep going and suffer for it. You know what? I think I'd rather be wise than childish. So from now on, if I see a sign that says caution, I'm going to pay attention. And you know what? This could be something you could try too. Counting to 10, I mean. Whenever you're tempted to do something you know you shouldn't, or watch a video you know you shouldn't, or do something crazy you know you shouldn't, count to 10 and think about what could go wrong and what kind of trouble you could get into. Look before you leap. That's the one thing I learned today. If you want to be wise, look before you leap. Don't be like me, because sometimes I put the dumb in wisdom, but sometimes I do okay. All right. Check off my list. Pocket watch. Here we go. Now, who's up for 52 card pickup? More like 552 card pickup. Oh boy. I'll see you next time. Hello? Okay, very funny, guys. This is really funny. You can let me out now. Guys? Hey, I'm Tyson, or Ty, and I'm trapped in my grandpa's attic, and I think my friends are playing some joke on me. They told me that I'd find stuff up here for the scavenger hunt that I'm doing, and then when I came, up here, they locked the door from the outside. And I guess they can't hear me when I call, because nobody's coming. Hello? Man. Hey, you know what? Maybe there is some stuff up here for the scavenger hunt. Huh. Oh. Ooh, do you know what this is? It's a joystick and it's on my list. Oh man, it's like an old-time video game thing. Only got one button. I mean, man, video games must have been so easy back then. I got to show this to Emma. Oh, if I ever get out of here. Oh, Emma's my friend who plays video games with me, and she is, oh man, she's so good. She's also like one of the wisest people I know. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. You know what? I bet Emma'd know how to get out of this attic. I wish I could ask her. Yeah, hey, I got a picture. I can show you. There we go. If only I could talk to you right now. Man. Oh well. Is anybody out there? Anybody? I think my friends are playing a joke on me, and I don't think it's very funny. Sometimes friends don't act like friends. The Bible story today talks about friends. You know what? That should give us something to think about, and I'm gonna need something to think about. I might be up here for a while. Hashtag bored. Hashtag stuck in an attic. Hashtag again.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 10.
King Solomon was the wisest man who ever lived. He even wrote down the wisdom he collected. Most of his writings make up the book of Proverbs.
Walk with wise people and become wise. A companion of foolish people suffers harm.
But Solomon had a son named Rehoboam who wasn't so wise.
Hey, you guys want to see me wrestle a lion? Here, hold my juice.
After many years, Solomon died, and Rehoboam became king. He soon faced his first difficult decision. King Solomon had made the Israelites work extremely hard, and they were not happy about it. Led by a man named Jeroboam, they came before King Rehoboam.
Jeroboam? Huh? Did you rip off my name?
No, I did not.
Did too?
Did not. Anyhow, we're not afraid of work, but your father made all of us work way too hard. Make it a little easier on us, and we'll serve you.
Yeah! Oh, hell, King Rehoboam!
Hold it! You want me to make things easier for you?
Uh-huh, just a little.
Come back in 3 days, name stealer.
Rehoboam went to the elders who had given his father advice for many years.
The people want me to make things easier for them. What should I do?
Make it easier.
Make it easier?
Be kind. Make it easier. Then they'll always serve you.
Well, you can go. And don't trip over your beards on the way out. Am I right? High five.
Unsatisfied with the suggestions from his father's advisors, Rehoboam went to go find some friends that he'd grown up with. They were extremely busy.
Hey,
We're racing this slug against that snail.
Big prize for the winner. You want in?
Oh, it looks like fun, but I gotta rule stuff.
Oh, what a drag.
Yeah, the people want me to make things easier for them. What should I do?
You're the king. You do whatever you want.
Oh, wait, I got it. Say this. Look at my little finger. It's stronger than one of my father's legs.
He made things hard for you. I'll make them harder.
He pushed you around, I'll push harder.
Rehoboam liked what he heard.
So genius. Oh, guys, let me know if the snail or the slug wins.
Gonna be a while.
3 days later, Jeroboam and the Israelites returned.
Well, are you gonna make it a little easier on us?
Rehoboam grinned and held up his hand. Pinky pointed.
Look at my little finger. It's stronger than one of my father's legs. He made things hard for you. I'll make him even harder. He pushed you around. I'll push harder.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
Then you're not our king anymore.
Oh, yes, I am.
You know what? You can play king over this little part of the country. The rest of us are gonna set up our own kingdom.
Look, you can't do that.
Ooh, looks like I just did.
All hail King Jeroboam!
So Jeroboam and the people stormed out. After this, the entire kingdom was split in two, all because Rehoboam chose to listen to foolish advice.
I don't know about you, but I get why Rebo, I get why the king picked his friend's advice over the old guys, even though it turned out to be bad advice. Because with friends, you want to look cool. You do stuff to make each other laugh. You do stuff to have fun. The friends we pick really do matter, you know? If you pick the wrong friends, doing what's cool may mean breaking the rules or doing something bad. Having fun for some friends could mean making fun of others or talking bad about people behind their back. You know, some friends might think it's funny to lock you in the attic. I think it's probably best to hang out with people who are wise. You know, you can still be cool and you can still be funny, but rules don't get broken and people don't get hurt. You know what? That's the one thing I've learned today. If you want to be wise, hang out with wise people. People like Emma. Wish you were here right now. Oh, you can be. I'm literally holding the phone in my hand. Oh, man. Help Emma stuck in Grandpa's attic. She's already on her way. Oh, see, now that is a good friend. Ooh, maybe we could play some video games. I better practice. Oh, I better practice. All right, because she is really good. See you guys next time. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. I need to plug this in. Maybe I'll look through them one more time. Oh, hey, it's me, Tyson, or Ty if you want. And I'm doing one more search through my grandpa's basement to see if I can find anything for the scavenger hunt. Because the hunt's supposed to end tomorrow, and if I find more stuff than anyone else, I win. But I've looked through these boxes like 4 times already. I mean, truth is, I've been having so much fun with the scavenger hunt, I really don't want it to end. I mean, what am I supposed to do when it's over? I could start a new hunt. Ooh, I could take up jujitsu, join a rock band. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, how am I supposed to know what's best? this would be a good time for some wisdom. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. But how are you supposed to find wisdom when you run out of places to look? Of course. God, there it is. Magic 8-ball. I can ask this thing a question and it will tell me what to do. It's like instant wisdom. All right, I'll show you how it works. What should I have for lunch today? Ham sandwich? My reply is no. Okay, should I have chicken noodle soup? Absolutely, without a doubt. Wow, this thing's good. I love chicken noodle soup. Ooh, now for the hard question. What should I do after the hunt's over? Ask me later. What should I do after the hunt is over? Ask me later. Okay, how long is later? I can't just sit around and wait for wisdom to come to me. I've got to be searching. But where? Hey, the story today talks about another place that you can find wisdom. The best place. And I'm gonna look there. Unless, has it been later yet? Stop asking me questions, Ty. Son. How did it know my name?
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Proverbs. Chapter 3, verses 5 and 6.
The Bible is filled with words of wisdom that encourage us to love God, love others, love life. Jesus would often tell stories to help people understand just how God's truth plays out in their lives. And that's what stories can do for you. God inspired the wisest man who ever lived, King Solomon, to write most of the book of Proverbs. And in chapter 3, we discover a principle that can guide your steps better than any GPS app can. Let's see what it looks like in the shape of a story. Lee Smith and Will Johnson both work for the Wise Cookie Company. They wrote interesting sayings that appeared on tiny slips of paper inside of every Wise cookie.
2 days from now, tomorrow will be yesterday.
Lee preferred to write witty sayings.
Your reality check is about to bounce. You will find a thing. It may be important. Oh, genius. If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is it naked or homeless?
Ooh. Will like to explore subjects with a little more depth.
Courage is not the absence of fear, but the conquest of it.
In fact, Will often look through the book of Proverbs for ideas.
Hey, look at this one. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. In all your ways, obey him. Then he will make your paths smooth and straight.
Kinda long for a Wise cookie.
Maybe someone needs to hear it.
One morning, the two co-workers were surprised to receive an all-staff text.
All staff must report to conference room A immediately.
I bet they want to tell us how everyone in the world is buying Wise cookies and they're giving us all a raise.
Well, he who keeps his expectations low will not be disappointed.
Is that for me or to put in a Wise cookie?
Both.
The conference room was so full that Lee and Will couldn't even find seats. Everyone quieted down the moment the company president, Mr. Flint, stepped up to the podium.
I'm sad to say, but no one is buying Wise cookies anymore. This company is closing next week.
What? Is he saying we're out of a job?
So what I'm saying is, you're all out of a job.
What? No!
After the meeting, Lee sat down in the break room dazed as they sat there and ate their lunches. Or rather, Will ate. Lee just kind of sat there and poked around at his peanut butter and banana sandwich.
So what are you gonna do next?
I'm planning it all out.
Lee leapt up to his feet.
When I get home, I'll probably throw plates and hurl glasses. And then
I'll write angry emails to Mr. Flint and to all the people in the world who stopped buying Wise cookies. Next, I'll order 7 pizzas and stress eat them all. Plus 11 pints of Jen and Barry's ice cream. Then I'll collapse onto the sofa and watch movies for 2 weeks straight.
Lee collapsed into his creaky plastic chair.
I was actually wondering what you might do next for work.
Lee stared glumly down at his sandwich.
Work? I've never worked anywhere else. No one will want me. What about you?
Well, I was gonna update my resume, but this is where I'm gonna start.
Will opened up a Wise cookie and handed the paper inside over to Lee.
In all your ways, obey him. Then he will make your paths smooth and straight. Hey, how did you know that was in there?
I snagged a whole batch with that one. You know, just to remind myself.
Good reminder. Really good reminder. Maybe I'll rethink the plate-throwing, revenge email, stress-eating thing.
Will tossed his cookie wrapper in the trash.
Well, hey, if you're not eating 7 pizzas for dinner, you could join me for burgers and to brainstorm what might come next.
That is not an entirely terrible idea.
That evening, as Will flipped burgers on the grill, the two friends considered what lay ahead.
Look, God made you super funny, so maybe he'll make a way for you to entertain people.
Sign spinner.
Clown.
But not the scary kind.
Dentist?
Dentist?
Yeah, they have to keep people laughing instead of freaking out.
Well, you could sell ice cream.
Ice cream?
Well, God made you really good at helping people cool down.
Well, whatever it turns out to be, God's already given us everything we need for the road ahead. Our job is to listen, and he'll show us each step of the way.
Will checked his phone.
Oh, hey, this is my friend Benjamin. His company needs a copywriter to sell crazy socks.
You know what? I think I'd be a shoo-in for that job.
Good one. Hey, you want me to get you an interview?
Lee thought about it for a moment and then smiled.
Maybe. But first, I want to ask God about it.
As the friends assembled their burgers, Lee started whistling. It was hard not to know what would happen next. But Proverbs 3 was an amazing reminder that he can trust God to show him each step of the adventure in the right time.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. In all your ways, obey him, and he will make your path smooth and straight. You know who wrote that? King Solomon, one of the wisest people who ever lived. And if one of the wisest people who ever lived knew to trust God more than himself, that's something we should listen to. If you need wisdom, the first place you should go, the best place, is to God. You know, not some magic 8-ball. I mean, here's the thing though. Wisdom from God doesn't just always come like that. I mean, sometimes it does if you're trying to decide whether or not to obey your parents. I mean, God can give you some, quick wisdom from the Bible. But if you're asking God something like, what am I gonna be when I grow up? I mean, you're probably not going to get instant wisdom. I mean, it's gonna take time. I mean, when Jesus was a kid, the Bible says he grew in wisdom. And that's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna grow in wisdom. You're gonna learn more and more through reading the Bible, praying to God, and just living your life. I mean, I think you should ask God for wisdom and then trust he'll give it to you no matter how long it takes. That's the one thing I've learned today. If you wanna be wise, trust God to give you wisdom. Wow, man, I think he's giving me wisdom right now. I mean, I still don't know what I'm gonna do after the hunt's over, but I'm not really worried about it anymore. I'm trusting God to make my path smooth and straight. Well, I really do think I should get Grandpa's basement cleaned up for real. I think I found everything for the hunt. I've got a good chance to win. I found everything except for, man, I don't know what this stuff is. A trapper keeper, a Swatch watch, and parachute pants. I think they're making some of this stuff up. I really do. Hey, I'll see you guys later.